Building muscle takes quite a long time, and don't because you've seen influencers on Instagram, they look absolutely shredded, very defined, and then they'll say just eat healthy foods, be in a caloric deficit, eat all sorts of like healthy foods. Um, yes, yeah, there are influencers out there that will probably tell you absolutely anything, and because they're influencers, and then a lot of people like their stuff, they're comment on the stuff, and then the rest of us will believe that okay, they are that information is legit. I should follow their plan, their ways of eating, and it doesn't matter what they say. Everyone seems to believe in that stuff, but obviously I'm trying to say that if you really want to like build muscle, okay, it's going to take some time. Okay, it might take a while. I think when you're just starting out, you might when you're building muscle, you're trying to do all these weightlifting exercises, and you're trying to eat the right amount of calories, then you will see some gains pretty soon. But then as you progress, you might see that progress start to slow down a little bit, or you might not see as much gains as before. Okay. Now the truth is, building muscle takes a long time. Okay, it's not as simple as what people say that do these exercises you'll get big, or eat these types of foods and you'll get big. No, I think what needs to happen is the body needs to adapt to a certain lifestyle, to maybe to adapt to a routine when you're like lifting certain like weights, or you're doing certain exercises, certain resistance training exercises. Yeah, but also the body needs to adapt to eating more food. And I think the thing is like the body doesn't really want to like build like muscle. I think everyone has different body types, and for some will be even harder than others. Um, and really depending on the body type, I think the body can only reach to like certain sort of like a potential. Um, you kind of have to like sort of really force yourself to really fuel the body, because like some people will say, oh, I don't have the appetite. When I eat a little bit more, I feel bloated, and I stop there, and I can't do it. I can't do this. So it's not easy. And in my experience, it's never easy. I've been a very like a skinny guy when I was in my 18, 19, 20 years old. I was very skinny guy, until sort of my mid 20s. I thought I want to like eat a little bit more, and try to like bulk up, and even that took me a long time to get there. Even at the point when I thought I bulked up, I was actually still like quite skinny. Yeah, so it's not as easy as it seems. It could take years. Okay, and don't be like those that that the influencers or other like fitness models that they take other stuff that tend to get them the results pretty much straight away. But if you build it naturally, it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen straight away. It does take a long time. It could take months. It could take years. It could take a lot of years. Yeah. So just don't be fooled by anything that tells you that okay, you need to eat these types of foods, do these exercises, take these certain supplements, and you don't need all these like supplements if you want to sort of build naturally. Yeah. So just to let the truth out, it is hard, and it does take a very long time, and it's something you have to stick to. And because what happens along the way, you can sort of maybe like so you fall off the wagon, like people say, you fall off the wagon, and then you get back on track. You try to eat a little bit more and things like that, and you will go through a lot of like changes of the body as well, a lot of hormonal changes, um, but also your appetite will change as well, and but also you will sort of fail. Maybe on some days you eat a little bit more, some days you cannot because you got a busy schedule. um, yeah, and you just like and you sort of go through sort of these like mental states as well, and you feel like, oh man, like I'm doing all this stuff and it's not really working, and should I try something else? You go through all of that. We all go through those stages, and I think my best approach would be stick to a routine. You sort of plan a routine and then stick to it for a good while, Whatever your routine is, some people do bro splits, some people do full body, some people do upper body, lower body, and some people do a push pull legs, which is the one I've been doing for quite some time, and I've seen results from doing that. Okay, but I had to really stick to that routine for a good while. I mean, maybe months, maybe even years, and and you have to mix with like sort of like strength training and hypertrophy training, all that kind of stuff in order to make it work. Um, you don't have to do the sort of the shock the muscles approach. Like some people go to the gym, and every time they go to the gym, it's a totally different routine, totally different program. You don't need to do that. You need to have some sort of like a like a foundation routine so that you can sort of progress on, like build a foundation. Um, yeah, and that's kind of worked for me. So if it's worked for me, it might work for you. It might not work for you, but it's worth a try. So if you just stick to one routine, okay, it's just um, don't chop and change. Just stick to it, and then try to build it in a few weeks, maybe 6 weeks, and then see what happens. See how you feel. See if you are getting stronger. Yeah, and of course, like over time, there needs to be like a progressive overload. You have to try to get stronger as you go on, and clearly I have not that much stronger, but obviously over time I'm stronger as time went on. So I am at my strongest yet, um, but obviously I could still progress to the next level. To get even stronger. Okay, and progressive overload comes in a lot of forms. It could come in like you're building strength. It could be like maybe more reps, same volume, or same volume, higher intensity. I think things like that. You can do all sorts of things, and I wouldn't worry too much about rep ranges. That I don't think that really matters. Maybe if you just stick to like one rep range and then just try to get stronger with the weights. Just build the same like volume, and that will work. That will work as well. Okay, but do what works for you. That's the most important thing. Okay, let me know what you think in the comments below. See you soon. Peace.